Alrighty, so this is a continuation of last week's artifacts that are within the DC universe. We will start off with the next one, which is the Lasso of Truth.
Okay.
It exists in every universe for the DC universe, so like Earth 2, Earth 1, all of them. Let's see, the dimensions of it's potentially infinite in length, so it can actually...
So just like my penis.
Yeah.
That was too easy of a layup.
Yes, it was. The owners, the current one is Wonder Woman. Previous owners are Hippolyta, Artemis, Batman on Prime Earth, Cheetah, and Steve Trevor.
Batman had one?
Yes.
Tell me what the Joker's doing. You got like a lasso compels you, the lasso just compels you.
It also was first seen in June of 1942 in Sensation Comics number 6.
Yeah, because that motherfucker loved bondage.
Yes,
the guy that created Wonder Woman loved him some bondage. Unlike any motherfucker I've ever known.
So, originally on Earth 2, the lasso was created from Aphrodite's magical girdle by the Amazon's craftswoman Metalia at the behest of Queen Hippolyta. And its magical properties were granted by the goddess herself and by Athena. The lasso forced whoever was bound within it to obey the commands of the user. This effect could also be used on groups of people, although this basically reduces its efficacy. So you could control an entire group of people, but the more
potent,
the less potent it would be. Which is a weird, like, you wouldn't expect that.
But I guess crazy for like 100 people to tell the truth at once. Probably a little overwhelming.
Yeah, and I think it's probably kind of like you can only, like, everybody's willpower kind of fights back against, like, depending on who was it. Was it Batman that actually resisted it at one point? I can't remember.
I don't know.
In addition to being physically unbreakable, the lasso is also infinitely elastic.
Infinitely elastic.
Eventually, Diana expanded the lasso's powers by coating it with the special Amazon chemicals. This allowed the weapon to transform her civilian clothes into Wonder Woman garb.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you would just spin in a circle
and sling lasso around.
What would the lasso have to do with her changing her clothes? A weird fucking choice by the writer.
Yes. However, another slightly different...
Titties pop out. She got 2 piercings, one on her nipple. One on... He started writing weird shit in his fucking notes.
He was a freak, so, you know.
I'm a freak. That man's a whole different level. That's another thing about writers. They have the just copious notes and the randomest shit.
Yeah.
You should see my fucking notebook. It looks like a fucking serial killer's fucking journal. It's just my writing idea.
All right. However, on another slightly different Earth 2 origin story tells that the lasso was designed by the goddess Aphrodite herself from the magical girdle along with Wonder Woman's uniform. Diana has demonstrated a remarkable level of skill with the lasso, performing such feats as twirling it to create air currents, which upon she could float, and spinning to emit certain frequencies that disrupt Felix Faust's spells.
He's like, you bitch.
Oh. Like you're a master sorcerer.
Yeah, like you bitch. You fucking spins the fucking rope and you're like, your whole fucking shit just like evaporated.
It's like, you fucking bitch.
Like the most complex spell. It took me 17 hours to conjure.
And he was one of the ones that it took, like, his spells were forever. Like, he had all the setup and shit and ritualistic shit.
Like 72 incantations wrapped up into 15 fucking sorcerer circles. And you ruin it with your spinning fucking rope. How dare you?
With a lasso. During post-crisis, the lasso was forged by Hephaestus, the god of metalworking, from the golden girdle of Gaia. The lasso is completely unbreakable, immutable, and indestructible. It also is capable of altering its length based on the wielder's needs. Among its powers are the ability to restore lost memories, cast hypnosis, dispel illusions, and protect those within its circumference from magical attacks.
And also ruin Felix Faust. It's like just specifically his stuff. Like, motherfucker.
And it's not even her villain. That's the most fucked up part. Because it's Dr. Fate's...
like, God dang it, just fucking lasso.
Empowered by the fires of Hestia, the lasso forces anyone held within it to tell and understand the absolute truth. This power in particular can be very dangerous, as not everyone is capable of facing the truth of their actions, stripped bare of excuses.
She should be a fucking lawyer.
I know.
Your Honor, can I use the lasso of truth?
Isn't she like a historian, though?
Yeah, she should be a fucking lawyer. Just put that shit underneath their seat before they fucking take the stand.
It's like, tell the truth.
And nothing but the truth. And he's like, I did kill him.
The Amazon Artemis, inexperienced with the use of the lasso, inadvertently drove a man to suicide after trying it on him. And the lasso reduced both Captain Nazi and Ares, god of war, to tearful surrender by revealing to them the truth of their violent actions.
Damn.
Captain Nazi.
Captain
You
Nazi.
remember him?
Yeah, quite the hero.
Recently, the lasso has been shown to actually transport Diana's mind into the mind of whoever is tied within it.
What?
Yeah. It's a weird.
Overly complicated bullshit.
Yes. When the villain Genocide gained control of the lasso and had it implanted into her body, she used its powers to directly attack her victims' souls, and was able to bring even more powerful, strong-willed opponents like Green Lantern John Stewart low with ease, demonstrating the lasso's frightening potential as a weapon in the wrong hands. With Wonder Woman's strength and speed, the lasso can be used as both an offensive and defensive weapon. And then we have the Lasso of Truth within the New 52 and DC Rebirth, which is, God, I will never let them live this shit down because it was horrible. So the lasso in the New 52, also called the Golden Perfect, is a long-cherished divine relic of the Amazons, handed down by the patron gods to their chosen people's champion as a symbol of trust. When Steve Trevor first came to Themyscira, Diana had earned the Perfect after winning the championship game to decide who would return him and his fallen brethren to man's world. The lasso also requires the purest of hearts in order to wield it, meaning between the two users, the perfect lasso chooses the wielder it has judged most worthy. So it basically becomes Mjolnir. That's why I said the New 52 is fucking stupid. Over the following years, Diana and various others would discover some of its unique powers and properties, such as tethering hearts and minds together in various individuals could become, start to become better understanding of one another, creating a telepathic rapport between them and everyone holding on to it, and enabling language translation and memory and emotional sharing. The lasso also boasts a powerful binding and sealing ability, seeming to pulsate with an innate energy that can entrap and tame the souls of gods and demigods alike. It can also be used as a lifeline in order to seek out those who are lost to the user. But this requires an emotional connection to someone for this actually to work. It also forces those entrapped with the perfect to face their own falsehoods. Individuals who have been altered in a metaphysical manner are forced to undergo a biophysical reset when ensnared by the lariat, making the enhanced revert back to their base self. This can relieve an individual from the effects of toxins or poisons, as well as seize the effects of mind control. So it's got a bunch more abilities from the New 52.
And also ruins Felix Faust's spells. Fucking goes.
He had all this stuff enhanced on his body.
Damn it.
So all the enhancements are gone. Everything that he just spent 30 hours doing.
Like he's taking on the entire Justice League, and she rolls up like, is that the fucking belt? And he just fucking gives up. Like, that fucking whip. God dang it.
I'm done. The next one I have on the list is the Cosmic Treadmill.
The Cosmic Treadmill.
You've heard of that too?
I've heard of it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Oh, really? Lead designer of it was Barry Allen. Place of creation was Central City. The place of destruction was the Nexus in the Arrowverse only, not within the actual comic books. Previous owners are Barry Allen, Flash Museum, and Eobard Thawne. It first appeared in December of 1961 in the Flash number 125.
Be something they would make back then.
Yeah.
Think about it, it's a treadmill, right? But it's like
You go backwards in time.
yeah,
Or forwards in time.
he's just fucking smoking weed. and then the faster you go, the faster through time you go. And then you can start going through different dimensions, and it just passes out.
All right, so it was powered by cosmic rays and was coordinated with radioactive pulses from a cosmic ray clock. It released positive radiation when moving forward, sending its user into the future, and negative radiation when moving backwards, sending its user into the past.
That's what gives you fucking cancer.
Yes, it does.
Jesus, radiation back and forth.
Near the end of its construction, Barry only had one bug to fix. The positive radiation, which sent him into the future, caused an electromagnetic reaction in his body, charging him with positive ions and making him a living magnet.
He gave him a tumor, too.
All the radiation.
It's like a ball, fit like a fucking fist right in his gut. Jesus.
Barry used the cosmic treadmill in many of his exploits. He needed only to program what year he wanted to go to and jump on. He had to keep an internal vibration while in the new time period. As soon as he wanted to return to the 20th century, he just released the internal vibrations and he went home.
I don't know why I thought about this, but that vibration stuff.
Yeah.
Just imagine him in bed. Like, you ready, girl? He just starts laughing.
Didn't they make fun of that in the Flash TV show?
I don't know. But
Where
man,
he was getting excited and he started vibrating.
I don't know, but that'd be some freaky shit. Imagine he's a freak.
Phases through.
Like, oh, baby, I'm sorry.
He used it to travel to the 25th.
His finger game must be immaculate, though.
No girl is ever unhappy.
No butthole ever
He brings both fingers out. He used it to travel to the 25th century and to save the future from an atomic clock that had been sent there in a time capsule that was going to turn into an atomic bomb. On his trip, he had his first encounter with Professor Zoom. Before the crisis of infinite Earths, he could also use to travel to other universes. After Barry's disappearance during the crisis, Jay Garrick and Wally West, along with the Earth 1 and Earth 2 Superman, used the treadmill to travel to Earth 2, only to find a black void. Wally noted that it was destroyed beyond repair after the trip. However, that must not have been the case since it appeared in later stories.
Guess he was wrong.
The Cosmic Treadmill eventually became into the possession of the Flash Museum. It was an instrumental in Wally West's defeat of Professor Zoom in the museum. Wally threatened to use it to visit Zoom as a young man in the future and torment him or just kill him in his crib. It's kind of fucked up.
How fun! Like, that would be like the darkest. Like some supervillain just gets there, right? Like all you see in the panel is like he comes like it's a dark fucking baby room, right?
Yeah.
And like there's nothing in the first panel, and then like the next panel it's Zoom in the shadows of the room, right? The next panel is you see him walking up to the crib. The next panel is the baby in the crib. Then it pans. The next panel is Zoom, right? Then the next panel is just him fucking punching in the crib. You never see him punch the baby. You just like, bah, bah, bah. How like that?
That is fucked up though. And this is Wally threatening him.
Well, damn.
That's the Flash. That's why it's even more fucked up. Yeah, that's why it's even more fucked up.
I mean, Barry, I checked you off at high speed when you first.
And I killed you in your crib.
Oh man.
Wally sent the controls to Zoom's era, began to run, and jumped off so fast that Zoom couldn't see him. Thinking that Wally had really gone into the future, Zoom chased him.
Wait, they have super like they have hyper awareness, right? Because they're super speed. You didn't see him jump off. They can't see me jump he just jumped out of the side. So that motherfucker's gone. God dang Harry Houdini. I better follow after him.
Zoom chased after him, only to be sent to his home century defeated. After Jenny,
they put the calculations perfectly for him to end up being right in jail. Like just pass go, pass go. Don't get $200 straight to jail. Like, oh,
fuck. After Jenny Ognatz, excess of the Legion of Superheroes, had been stranded in the 20th century, she was trying to find a way to return to her friends. It just so happened that another time traveler, John Fox, Flash of the 27th century, was also in town at the time. He, using technology from his own suit, reconfigured the treadmill so that Jenny would not have to keep internal vibrations to remain in the 30th century. The treadmill eventually wound up in an antique shop in the 25th century.
Wow, what the fucking illustrious ending. It's such a powerful device.
It looks like a treadmill.
It's some old guy's fucking attic.
There, it was stolen by Eobard Thawne, who used it to travel back to the 20th century and pose as Barry Allen. Yeah.
I mean, he just tarnishes his career by being the worst Flash ever.
that would suck so bad. Next item that we have from the DC universe is the bracelets of submission.
Ah, that's something I can get behind. Wonder Woman's next item.
It's exactly.
They only work on Felix Faust for some reason. It's like, son of a bitch.
Everything she's got, and it's like it's not even her villain, and everything that she's got works against her.
It's like, why do you keep fucking with me?
So the current owner, obviously, is Wonder Woman and the Amazons of Paradise
joking,
Island.
by the way. I didn't know it was actually Wonder Woman.
Yeah, the bracelets of submission.
Wow. I fucking hit that one on the nail, or hit the nail on the head on that one.
First appeared in 1942 in January.
And it was 1942. I wonder who wrote it.
All-Star Comics number 8.
Oh, Lord.
So
that man was a parade.
The bracelets.
By the way, I like the fact that you can, like, someone can portray their freak in such an innocuous way.
Yes.
Like you can just put it right under the sensors. Like that man was deep into bondage. He could somehow put it into a kid's fucking comic book.
Where she loses her powers when she's in bondage.
Yeah, but like somehow like it's just enough that it's not like censored.
Because you're not really paying that much attention. It's like, okay. She always ends up bound up, but
Yeah,
nobody
like
pays
always ends up bound up. Always somehow escapes, or someone frees her.
Uh-huh.
Then she beats the villain.
Yeah.
Weird.
Because you wouldn't think about that as a kid.
But man, if like your dad walks in, what you reading? And he's like, "What the fuck is this?" I need to see more of these.
All right. So the bracelets of submission are given to every Amazon at the age of 15. At which
Damn,
time,
at least wait till they're 18, you fucking freak.
at which time they pledge themselves to the service of Aphrodite. Using
One night with Aphrodite.
yes, at the age of 15.
Oh fuck.
Used primarily for defense, they were also used in the trial game known as bullets and bracelets, in which
bracelets.
an Amazon would deflect bullets using
Oh,
one
is
of
that
their
silver,
bracelets.
her silver bracelets? Is that what they are?
Yeah.
They're
They're called bracelets of submission.
oh,
Oh,
good lord.
the bracelets had one serious disadvantage, however, as
They
they
were
would,
not bulletproof.
as they would remove the wearer's strength if any man wielding chains on them.
Oh, of course.
That's why they call it submission bracelets.
Lord.
On New Earth, though,
I just imagine him sitting in his fucking office just smoking a cigar, right?
Hmm.
Bracelets of submission. Fucking writing a full fucking 22-page story. Half an hour, fucking rock fucking hard. Like, here we fucking go.
You know how many different stories are probably on Rule 34 about that?
They don't need Rule 34. That motherfucker did it himself within the actual continuity.
All right. On New Earth, though, despite having an increased durability that allows them to withstand blunt force, the Amazons are still vulnerable against smaller projectiles. They use
Not like Captain America. In the
Kinda,
MCU,
yeah.
like he was like he could take a beating, but he still gets shot. He still got hurt.
right. Basically, they wear the bracelets to deflect arrows and bullets. That's their whole point.
Good
is-
concept, yeah.
Wonder Woman has a special pair created by Hephaestus from the remains of Zeus's Aegis. The shield that had been destroyed in battle against Cronus, and Hera secreted the remains. The silver bracelets with red stars were meant for the champion of the Amazons, which Diana became after winning the contest by bullets and bracelets. Basically, they're blindfolded and
Yeah, they got block bullets.
yes. On Prime Earth, the bracelets are worn by all Amazons of Themyscira and are used for protection in combat. Created from the metal of Athena's Olympian Aegis shield, they also double as potent restraining bolts and limit an Amazon's true power, enabling a massive strength boost whenever they are relinquished. Diana had her own pair of bracelets modified by the blacksmith god Hephaestus. While these modifications, she can still use any number of weapons created in his forge at will. So it basically allows her to draw her sword.
Why would they weaken them? That doesn't make any sense. That's like the worst fucking trade-off.
Yeah.
It'd be like if I had boots that made me like super speed, but they made me blind. If you ever played Morrowind, you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
You have these boots called Boots of Blinding Speed,
Mhm.
but they made you blind.
Yeah. And what's really weird in Prime Earth, Wonder Woman's bracelets were forged from 8th metal. How there's an nth metal and
Oh, yeah.
like the whole metals series that
That
they
weird, like,
had.
Nymph metal.
Yeah.
I hate that word. Nymph. NTH.
Nth metal. So in Prime Earth, it was like part after the New 52. It's gotten weird.
So the weird part is the fucking fact that they get weaker when they put them on. Just like the trade-off is way like, yeah, I can block bullets, but I can't lift a fucking feather.
Yeah, it is a weird trade-off. But I guess like if they were in an actual fight and they knocked them off, they'd get a huge
Like,
boost.
just knock someone's head off.
Yeah.
Fucking boom.
Just turn around and just a gut punch. It's like their whole stomach is just knocked out of their body.
Yeah.
Spine just angling.
God.
All right, next one we have is the Mobius chair,
The Mobius chair, number 1 now?
2.
Number 2?
number 2.
Is that the one that Batman used? How many Jokers are there?
Yes.
There's 273.
First appeared in New Gods number 1 in 1971. Previous owners are Wally West, Thomas Wayne Jr., Bruce Wayne, Metatron, and Mobius.
Wally West?
Mm-hmm. So on
That was a New God artifact.
it was.
Okay.
It was. Basically, on New Earth, obsessed with his quest for knowledge, Metron dedicated his life to the creation of a device that could traverse time and space. He called the device the Mobius chair, and to power it, he needed element X, the same element he used to create the boom tubes. However, knowledge came with a cost, and to get enough element X for the Mobius chair, he had to make a bargain with Darkseid, giving Apocalypse the technology of the boom tube. Logically, Darkseid used the technology to make war with New Genesis.
Surprise.
Metron used the chair.
All right, here's the deal. I'll give you this right for that.
Mhm.
But you cannot invade us. He's like, bad deal. Like the next day, it's surprise. Surprise, motherfucker. How fuck? Like, you fucking promised me.
It's like,
It's like at the store where like you're not getting cash back, are you? Of course not. And they get cash back.
they asked for
Oh, you liar.
They asked for 40 back.
They asked for like 200 back. I'm like, God dang.
So, Metron used the chair to travel through time, space, and other dimensions at will. The Mobius chair was equipped with tractor beams powerful enough to pull a planet from its orbit.
Jesus.
So it's a very powerful.
It just throws the fucking moon into the sun.
Yes. On Prime Earth, the chair was created by Mobius, also known as the Anti-Monitor, to assist in his quest for knowledge. He later gave it to Metron, but it was taken from him by Batman.
So I'm gonna take this chair, by the way. How the fuck do you take a whole fucking chair? you just see Batman walk out with it over his shoulder, like, I'm leaving with this, fuck you.
After the events of the Darkseid War, Owlman took control of it for a short time, making Grid with him inside of the chair. However, when Owlman, Grid, Metron, and the Mobius chair arrived on the moon, they met a mysterious force that killed them all, leaving the Mobius chair vacant.
Yeah, it was lack of oxygen.
The chair reappeared during Wally West travels across the multiverse. It helped Wally understand how the events of Flashpoint ended up unmooring him and his kids from reality.
Yeah, but you done fucked up the entire continuity of reality.
Yes. After spending one night with his kids, Wally willingly sat on the chair, allowing himself to take possession of the knowledge it held. After seeing his kids safely return, Wally realized that the chair was actually touched by the mysterious force, granting it its power. So, some of the
Wait, does it have sentience?
Yes, somewhat, yeah. So, capabilities. The Mobius chair is Metron's technological masterpiece and allows him to cross time, space, and interdimensional barriers. Its only known power source is Element X. Some of its functions resemble a mother box, such as...
two double A. I mean, fucking hilarious.
That would be so fucked up.
We got 9-volt in the bag.
So it allows nigh omniscience. The Mobius chair gives its user near omniscient sight and understanding of the universe. It contains all knowledge of the new gods, maps and history of all locations visited by Metron. It also later imbued the power with the Doctor of Manhattan. This added Manhattan's atemporal vision to the chair.
Good Lord, was fucking blue dick swinging back and forth.
And ability to see the past, present, and future simultaneously.
Shit, that would be fucking jarring.
Yeah.
Especially for our type of like limited perception.
Yes.
Having to see everything at once. Fucking shit myself.
And then you not shit yourself, and then you deal with the aftermath of shitting yourself all at once.
Like all at the same time, I get hit with the like absolute like incomprehensible reality of all of existence. I shit myself, and I've just finished shitting myself.
And you haven't yet.
I the shame of shitting myself. All at the same fucking time.
All points in time. It also
40 years later when they made for like, remember have you shit yourself all at once.
The Mobius chair main capability is to travel and teleport through space, time, and other dimensions. In a matter of mere seconds, it can also fly. Or hover on its own.
What would be the point? Just fucking if you can teleport everywhere.
Yeah.
That'd be the least of its abilities.
Due to Dr. Manhattan imbuing his anti-crisis energy into the chair, Wally West was able to draw upon it, this energy, to also project energy, like as an energy projection. The Mobius chair enables its user to survive the rigors of space and other environments.
All right, so
because otherwise it'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
It can also has a powerful force field to protect itself from any attacks, and can also be used to contain enemies. Even metahumans with the power to phase cannot cross this field. So Wally West couldn't phase into it.
Huh.
It can create holograms.
Like it bumps into it at high speed, just fucking disintegrates.
Yeah.
Shit.
It can create holograms to distract his enemies or display information. The Mobius chair chooses who is worthy and capable of using it. If the person isn't worthy, its power will overwhelm and outright kill the individual trying to use it.
And just like a whole bunch of spikes just come out of the bottom, straight up in your ass.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
The chair requested Tempest Fugonaut to bring Wally West to be its host, determining him to be worthy of wielding this power. And the last artifact that we have is the Spear of Destiny.
Okay.
So it is a unique bottle. It's classified as unique. Model.
Oh, model.
A unique bottle.
It was like a random bottle.
It is the only version of the Spear of Destiny, so there's not a different one within any of the Earths. There is one Spear of Destiny.
Just one universe?
Like, it can be found within any of the universes, but there is one.
That's wild.
Like, any others don't have its power to it. It's reported to be the spear that pierced Christ's side on the cross. The spear holds supernatural powers, which allows the possessor to control the minds of superpowered beings. Current owner is the Justice League. So, how we were wondering about that when we talked about Spectre.
Oh, yeah, who had the, yeah.
The Justice League is the one that has it. Previous owners, the Sentinels of Magic, Gaius Cassius, Dragon King, Superman, Vandal Savage, and the one and only Adolf Hitler. That's why the Spectre didn't fight during World War II. First appearance was in 1977 in Weird War Tales number 50.
What a fucking great choice for time.
Weird War Tale.
Yeah, Jesus.
So, yeah, that's the Spear of Destiny.
Has many abilities. One of them is just to ruin Felix Faust's spells. But this too high.
It's like, this too shall pass.
Like, everything just fucks with his spells. Price is a surrender to the fucking Mobius chair.
Yeah. So, let's see here. In World War II, the spear had many different owners throughout the years. The spear's most pivotal role came in World War II as it fell into the hands of Adolf Hitler. The control of the spear by the Third Reich prevented American superheroes, particularly those magic-based origins or powers, from intervening in the war, creating a sphere of influence that would affect both heroes to fall. That would affect such heroes to fall under Hitler's sway whenever they came into it.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Yeah. The spear was used towards the end of the war by the cornered Captain Nazi who attacked the Spectre with it, nearly killing him and precipitating the end of the war. However, before its loss, Hitler used a magical ritual to taint the weapon, corrupting any who wielded it with his greed and power lust. So in the modern era, after the war, the spear came into the hands of the Allies and was placed in storage in the United States. It would emerge years later during a time whenever the Spectre was considered out of control, having destroyed the entire nation of Vltava. President Bill Clinton ordered the spear retrieved and asked Superman to confront the Spectre with
Give me that spear.
I did not have sexual relations with that spear.
I did fuck her, but...
As it was widely accepted that the spear was perhaps the only weapon on Earth that could actually harm him. Superman took the spear and headed for Japan, where the Spectre was grappling with a water elemental sent on a rampage by Naiad.
He's fighting Godzilla.
The Spectre just over there fighting Godzilla.
He's fighting Godzilla.
Let's see here. The spear was also capable of injuring or slaying the elemental itself. Unfortunately, it was not realized until after the Superman was in the air how deep the taint of the spear was. Superman beheld the vision where he used the spear to take over the world, slaying all of his allies and close friends before being confronted at last by Batman. Superman was able to deny the vision and reject the spear. The Spectre bound the spear inside of a rocky boulder with the ashes of Vltava, and cast it into Earth's orbit.
Jeez, I just fucking floating out there.
Yeah, pretty much. During the Day of Judgment, the rogue angel Asmodel seized control of the vacant Spectre force.
How badass would it have been if they had continued that storyline of Superman being tainted by the spear?
Yeah, well, they kind of did with.
There's just like one panel where he's like on top of he's like outside of a hollowed out White House, sitting in the Oval Office. The spear's on the table. He just like leaned back in the chair, like he did like a shadow over his eyes, but his eyes are blood red.
Yeah,
the lasers. Damn.
Where he basically becomes that one movie with the kid that has Superman's powers.
Brightburn.
Yeah.
Basically
the same thing. Let's see. During the Day of Judgment, the rogue angel Asmodel seized control of the vacant Spectre force and literally froze over hell. Earth's heroes split.
Real cold today, huh?
Earth's heroes split into three groups. One led by Superman, who went into hell to reignite the fires. A second, led by Wonder Woman, attempted to retrieve Jim Corrigan from heaven and rebond him to the Spectre.
Imagine being on like the fucking A team. Like, can I go to heaven? I gotta go to hell. You know what I mean? Like, can we draw straws or?
Imagine because Superman just flying into hell. Oh,
Like, you know, by himself, he'd be fine. What do I gotta go?
I don't need to go with him.
I'd be the question. I got a couple questions here. Do I have to go to hell? Yeah.
And a third, led by Captain Marvel, ventured into space to retrieve the spear. Captain Marvel was able to withstand the taint long enough to deal a crippling blow to the Spectre, weakening him long enough for Hal Jordan, who was retrieved from purgatory instead of Corrigan,
I found him.
to become the new host for the Spectre. Once joined, this new Spectre cast the spear back into space. On another occasion, Felix Faust,
He's like, guess who's back?
back and then Wonder Woman gets her last.
You can't keep a good man down.
Felix Faust and Cersei both attempted to gain control of the spear in simultaneous yet separate plots. So they both tried to get it at the same time,
Jesus.
taking advantage of circumstances to seize it with their magics.
That is a good story no one ever sees. Like two villains having like similar plots and they come into conflict with each other.
Yeah,
So like they're not really like
they're not working together,
but like so they kind of foil each other's plans
Yeah.
without the heroes knowing. So they kind of save the world themselves by fucking with each other.
we need to see a comic like that though. I'm sure that's been done.
Gotta get Marvel and DC to call me.
Let's see. Only to be thwarted by the Justice League and the Justice League Elite, respectively. Recently, the spear fell into the hands of the Dragon King. However, the spear is now thought to be lost thanks to intervention by Wildcat and the Flash, Jay Garrick. So, according to, with their input, it's lost.
Just random, since some old man's attic.
Yeah.
Fuck off of my damn lawn.
Final Crisis. During the event of Final Crisis, Renee Montoya, the Question,
It's my girl right there.
continued
They can swap birds for me. I'll be Renee Montoya.
the alternate version.
That's the guy.
Continued her personal.
Oh, I did like Rosie Perez as Renee Montoya. But then again, I also had a crush on Rosie Perez because in the Harley Quinn spinoff
Yeah.
with the Birds of Prey,
Mhm.
she was Renee Montoya in the movie.
But the movie in general was horrible, so nobody really watched it.
I watched it butt ass naked.
Of course, that's the only reason you watched. We know why you watched it. Let's see. She was basically continuing her personal vendetta to hunt down the members of the Religion of Crime, who had sworn to kill her.
Crime.
Who had sworn to kill her for denying her role as their leader, after accidentally killing their original leader. The member,
Well, who's their chosen disciple? Al Capone? What? I don't understand the what is it called? The culture of crime, or what is it? The cult of crime?
the Religion of Crime.
Religion of crime. Wow.
Yeah.
Batman's number one enemy. Crime.
It's like their god is crime.
The Antichrist to them is fucking Batman.
What was you doing? They're worshiping.
The religion. That is so wild. The religion of crime.
Yes. The members were looking for the mythical rock which Cain used to kill Abel. Renee tried to fight off the members, although they actually did find the rock. Shortly afterwards, Crispus Allen showed up as the Spectre.
Some random disciple brings a rock. Like, it's Cain's rock. Like, how do you know? Like, he put his name on it. Like it's a mark, a Sharpie of Cain. But he spelled it wrong, so it's C-A-N-E.
Like raising Cain.
Yeah. I swear this is Cain's rock. Look, he wrote his name on it.
But Crispus Allen showed up as the Spectre and informed her that it is her time to be judged. There was also they were also in possession of the spear, using it as a rock in a ceremony on Vandal Savage.
A rock?
Yeah.
That was
The rock that Cain had used.
Oh, but they said using the spear as a rock, or also at the rock.
Using it and the rock.
Oh, okay.
Sorry if I misspoke.
No, I didn't hear it right.
Cain was then reborn in Savage's flesh. He then led an army of followers to Gotham,
Batman like son of a bitch.
where he managed to best the Spectre and plunge the weapon through him. This separated the Spectre itself from the spirit and its host, rendering it a slave to Cain. Cain attempted to corrupt the Radiant.
I'm also a slave to Cain. So raising Cain.
Cain attempted to corrupt the Radiant, God's spirit of mercy, tempting her by offering the deaths of the killers of her human host. When the Radiant refused, he had the Spectre utter the anti-life equation, unmaking creation itself and rebuilding it in the name of Darkseid.
Say 2 + 2 is 5. And it just disintegrates reality.
Or if you're, Terrence, what the fuck is his last name? The fucking crazy guy, black guy that played Iron Man, the character in Iron Man.
Oh, Terrence Howard again?
Yes. If it was him, it's 1 × 1 is 2.
1 × 1 is 2. It blew your mind, huh?
However, the Question and Huntress managed to reclaim the spear, though they incurred serious injuries during doing it. The Radiant healed Huntress, but cannot heal the Question until the relic is purified of its taint.
That would be like, oh, you heal her, but I'm all fucked up. And you can't do shit for me, huh?
Pretty much.
I gotta be the Question. Please, give me a chance.
Something that can only be accomplished by using it to heal a soul rather than destroying it. The Question did this by using the spear to resurrect Jake Allen, the son of the Spectre's human host. This brought hope and peace to the spirit of Crispus Allen, who managed to reclaim control of the Spectre force. He then used the spear's power to change the world to what it once was, dealing absolute judgment upon Cain and his followers, except for the killers of Sister Clarence. The Radiant's human host, so she could forgive them before they died. So that's the last of that we've seen of the spear.
Bear?
Yeah.
Probably in the Question's pocket, for all we know.
Could be.
Which is in his trench coat.
But if you notice, the Spear of Destiny always has a connection with the Spectre.
It's also weird that it's now an evil artifact as opposed to being a good item.
Well, at this point, it is back to a normal good artifact.
Okay.
Like, at least at this point. I'm sure somebody's going to rewrite it to where it changes. But for the moment, it's a good force.
When Satan licked the spear, it became evil again.
See, what I got, though, from reading and researching that is that the Spectre can utter the fucking anti-life equation. What Darkseid has been looking for God knows how long.
I just imagine Darkseid like in his room one day, like late at night, it's like 4 a.m, right?
Yeah.
Like the candles are low because he's been, burning candles at both ends, that whole saying.
Yeah.
And he the desk is full of fucking paper, just fucking push it, like, fucking. Like, my life has no meaning. One of those like despairing days where you try to get an idea to work and it never works.
Yeah.
You fucking flip your desk over.
I've had plenty of those where you want to. So I start flipping tables like Jesus.
All right. His wife comes in. His wife, just some random Ashley. It's like a random white girl. Ashley. It's like, maybe you okay? Like, no, I'm not okay.
Come back to bed, honey.
I know. I gotta find the anti-life equation. You don't understand.
Oh, fuck. All right.
And it's about your father again. Don't you bring up my father.
Did he kill his father?
I don't fucking know.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I killed that man.
I ain't killed his brother.
I'm sure it was justified.
They're all evil.
Darkseid's a good man.
He's a good man at heart.
Vote Darkseid 2024.